Nyquist plot. So we have seen before two plots, that is border plot and polar plot. And regarding disadvantages, both border plot and polar plot will define the stability only for open loop control systems, but whereas Nyquist plot will define the both for open loop and closed loop systems at a time. So we can define whether the open loop system is stable or not, or closed loop system is stable or not. Okay, it is very simple than previous two plots, but we have to follow some procedure here which is different from border plot and polar plot. Okay, suppose if you take any transfer function, example k by s into s plus 1 into s plus 2. So if you look here, we are having only poles. The number of poles are 3. Okay, here we are having poles are equal to 3. So what are the poles? 0, minus 1, minus 2. And all poles are lying on the right hand side or left hand side? Left hand side. Okay, so here 1 0, 1 minus 1, and 1 is minus 2. So all poles are lying on the left hand side of the S plane. No pole is lying on the right hand side of the S plane. So now coming with, this is type 1 system. This is type 1 and order 3 system. So you can say number of poles at origin is nothing but
origin
0.
is 1.
Okay, and total number of poles are 3, and highest degree is 3. And always remember, highest degree represents number of poles. Suppose if there are s power 4, then the total number of poles will be 4. Suppose it is s power 5, then the total number of poles will be 5. And always for poles, always you have to check only denominator polynomial. Now for Nyquist plot, to determine the stability, there is one formula, n equal to p minus z, where n represents number of encirclements, and p represents number of poles lying on the right hand side of the S plane. Number of poles lying on the right hand, but which poles? So represent here number of open loop poles. Number of open loop poles lying on the right hand side of S plane. Now z equal to number of closed loop poles. Number of closed loop poles lying on the right hand side of the S plane. Okay. Now we already know, if any pole lying on the right hand side, the system is said to be unstable. If any one pole lies on the right hand side of the system will become unstable, whether it is open loop system or closed loop system. Similarly, when all the poles lying on the imaginary axis, then the system is said to be marginally stable. When all the poles are lying on the left hand side, then the system is said to be stable. So whether it is closed loop or open loop pole, our determination is to no pole should lie on the right hand side of the S plane. If any pole is lying right hand side, the system will become unstable. So we have to take care that all poles should be lie on the left hand side, then the system will become absolutely stable. Now look here, n represents number of encirclements around minus 1, 0 critical point. Now here, to draw the Nyquist plot, we want to know the Nyquist contour. Nyquist contour represents 4 types of mappings. Okay, depending upon our transfer function, we have to map these values. Now look at here, there are having 2 types of mappings here. If you observe here, the S1 is traveling from 0 to plus 90, and S2 is traveling from plus 90 to minus 90, and S3 is traveling from minus 90 to 0. So if you observe, it is forming a closed path. And remember, in Nyquist path, all the plots are in the form of enclosed circles. That is, there will be no any open ends or any free ends. Everything will be a closed path. It will traveling from where it starts and then it will come and end at that point. Here also same. But here if you observe, we are having S4. What is this S4 means? Here in this transfer function, we are having poles at origin. Whenever you have poles at origin, you have to consider the value of S4 also. Why? Because whenever you have pole at origin, suppose if you look here, we are having one pole at origin here, that is S equal to 0. Whenever you substitute S equal to 0 in this value, suppose keep S equal to 0, and the value will become k by 0, which is going to be infinite. So the open loop transformation value is going to infinite. Infinite means the system is becoming unstable. That's why maximum avoid the pole at origin, that is value at origin. That's why I am avoiding this pole at origin and is again traveling to minus 90 to plus 90. So whenever you have pole at origin, consider S4, mapping of S4. Whenever you don't have any poles at origin, don't consider, just consider S1, S2, S3. And coming here, if you observe here, S1 is traveling from 0 to plus 90, S2 is traveling from plus 90 to minus 90 with infinite radius. With infinite radius, the radius will be with have some angle, the radius will be infinite. Okay, so S2 is traveling from plus 90 to minus 90 with infinite radius. S3 is traveling from minus 90 to here, and S4 is traveling from minus 92 to plus 90. And if you observe S1 and S3, S1 is an imaginary positive imaginary axis, S3 is the negative imaginary axis. So I can say S3 is nothing but, if S1 is equal to j omega, S3 will become minus j omega. So basically S1 is nothing but, just substitute S equal to j omega, you will get the S1 value. How to find S3 value? Just substitute S equal to minus j omega, you will get the S3 value. Okay, so S1 equal to j omega is nothing but basic introduction of polar plot, which was we already discussed. Why? Because in polar plot, what is the first step we have done? Just substitute S equal to j omega and we are finding magnitude and phase angle. So S1 is nothing but, it is drawing a polar plot. What about S3? S3 is nothing but mirror image of polar plot. Then what about S2 value? S2 value, observe that here radius is going from R to infinite. So S2 value will be limit R tends to infinite. So the radius is infinite, we are having some angle theta. So R tends to infinite, R into e to the power of j theta. So this is the value of S2. What is the value of S3? S3 means just substitute S3 equal minus j omega, which is nothing but mirror image of polar plot. While drawing the problems, while explaining the problems, you can understood S1 means polar plot, S3 is the mirror image of polar plot, S2 is nothing but, it is traveling from plus 90 to minus 90 with a radius of infinite, where R represents magnitude, theta represents angle. Here tell me at where it is varying from plus 90 to minus 90. Now look here, S1, S2, S3. Now coming to S4 here. Here also same, S1 is nothing but j omega, S3 is nothing but minus j omega, S2 is nothing but limit R tends to infinite, R into e to the power of j theta, theta is varying from plus 90 to minus 90. What about S4 value? If you observe, the radius is very very small here. The radius is very very small. In order to avoid that pole, we got this small curve. So here radius is very very small, so I am taking limit R tends to 0. R is nothing but radius. So R into e to the power of j theta, S4 value. So what is theta? Theta is varying from here to here. So it is moving in this direction. So minus 90 to plus 90. So these four values should be remembered while drawing the Nyquist plot. Now let's see the example for Nyquist plot. Draw the Nyquist plot for g of s into h of s equal to 1 by s plus 1 into s plus 2. Check the closed loop system stability. So we are asking the closed loop system stability. So given transfer function is open loop transfer function. Now let's see here the formula. Let's see the poles. Number of poles are nothing but 2. That is s equal to minus 1 and s equal to minus 2. So if you draw the poles, it will be both are on the left hand side only. No poles are lying on the right hand side. All poles are lying on the left hand side. So the given transfer function is open loop transfer function. So we can easily say the open loop system is stable. But they were asking closed loop system stability. So how to find? So as I told, we have to go for Nyquist contour. We are having three sections here, S1, S2 and S3. And look here, I have removed S4. Why? Because there are no poles at origin. If you observe, there are no poles at origin. Whenever you have poles at origin, then only you have to consider small circle, which is nothing but S4. Since they are having no poles at origin, I am considering only three sections, S1, S2, S3. So as I told, S1 is nothing but basic polar plot. So just substitute mapping of S1, put S1 equals j omega, which is nothing but polar plot. So g of s into h of s 1 by j omega plus 1, j omega plus 2. As we know the shortcut method to draw polar plot, since it is an type 0 order 2, s into s square, type 0. Why? Because it is s power 0. Number of poles at origin are 0. So type 0 means it should start at 0 degrees and it should end at order 2, that is order 1, order 2. This is order 2 means it should touch minus 180 degrees and it should end at 0. this is omega equal to 0 and this is omega equal to infinite. So how to find these values? Just take magnitude. Okay, g of j omega into h of omega. What is the magnitude of j omega plus 1 root of 1 plus omega square? What is the magnitude of 2 plus j omega 4 plus omega square? Now find out the phase angle. What is the phase angle? For 1 by j omega plus 1 minus tan inverse of omega. 1 by j omega plus 2 minus tan inverse of omega. Now look here, substitute omega equals 0. If you substitute omega equals 0, 1 by root 1 into root 4, that will be 1 by 2. 1 by 2 means value is 0.5. Similarly, phase angle, substitute omega equals 0. Tan inverse of 0 minus of tan inverse of 0. You will get 0 degree. Similarly, substitute omega equal infinite. Magnitude will be 0. Phase angle is minus 180. So the starting point is type 0. That is, it will start at 0 degrees and it will end at minus 180 degrees at omega equal infinite. So this is the polar part for mapping the section 1. This is the value of S1. Now look here, coming to section 2. As I told, formula for S2. S2 we have limit radius as r tends to infinite r into e power z theta, where theta is varying from plus pi by 2 to minus pi by 2. Remember, you have to follow these formulas for every problem in the Nyquist plot. So g of S2 into h of S2. Now substitute in place of s, just substitute r into e to the power of j theta. We know the g of s into h of s, that is 1 by s plus 1 into s plus 2. So I am just substituting in place of s r into e to the power of j theta plus 1 r into e to the power of j theta plus 2. So limit r tends to infinite, I am taking r into e to the power of j theta common in both the cases. So we will get r square into e to the power of 2j theta. 1 plus 1 by r into e to the power of j theta. 1 plus 2 by r into e to the power of j theta. Substitute r tends to infinite. 1 by infinity you will get 0. So 0 into something 0. Anyway, we don't have any radius here. No worry about angle. Now coming to mapping of S3. So already you have done mapping of S1. So as I told, S1, S3 is nothing but mirror image of S1. That is mirror image of polar plot. So just substitute S3 equal to minus j omega. The mirror image, if you observe here, this is the original image of the polar plot. If you observe the mirror image, always remember, for mirror image of the polar plot, you have to take across the real axis only. Okay, whenever they are saying mirror image, always remember you have to consider around the real axis only. Don't take around the imaginary axis. Don't take around the imaginary axis. Take only mirror image around the real axis. So this is our real axis. Mirror image will be in this shape. So this is our S3 part. This is the mirror image of the S1. So directly you can draw it. Otherwise, if you have any doubt, just substitute S3 equal to minus j omega and find out magnitude and phase. You will get the same angles and same magnitude. Now coming to mapping of S4. As I told, S4 is not required here, but I am telling the formula. S4 equal limit r tends to 0 r into e power z theta. Theta is varying from minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. As I told, there are no poles at origin. So S4 is no need of to calculate in this problem. So no pole at origin, no need to calculate S4. So finally we have, this is S1 where it is traveling from here to here, and S2 value is 0. This is S2, radius 0, and again S3, it is traveling from here to here. So finally you can see it has enclosed path, enclosed circle. It is moving in this direction. So this is S3, this is S1, and this is S2. So finally having enclosed circle. Now how to find out the stability? So as we know the formula, n equal to p minus z. As I told in previous class, p is nothing but number of poles lying on the open loop poles lying on the right hand side of the S plane. So if you observe, this is the open loop trans function, but all the poles are lying on the left hand side only. No poles are lying on the right hand side. So p value here 0. Okay. Now coming to n. N is nothing but number of encirclements around the critical point minus 1, 0. Now look here. It is ending at 0. It is not even crossing 0.1 or 0.2. At minus 180 degrees angle, it is directly going to the 0 at omega infinite. So there is no chance of to encircle the critical point minus 1, 0. So n value will be 0. N value will be 0. Finally, you have z value. What is the z value? N equals 0, p equals 0. So z value will be 0. So number of encirclements around critical point is 0 in this case. So p equals 0, n equals 0. Finally, z equals 0. The closed loop system is absolutely stable. What is z? That is nothing but number of closed loop poles lying on the right hand side of the S plane. I already told, if any pole is lying on the right hand side, the system will become unstable. Since closed loop poles, no poles are lying on the right hand side, all closed loop poles lying on the left hand side of the S-plane. Hence the system is absolutely stable. Let's see one more problem. Draw the Nyquist plot for the given open loop transfer function g of s into h of s by equal to k by s into s plus 2 into s plus 2. Determine the system stability and the range of k value. So here k value doesn't given. So he was asking the find out the system stability and the range of k value. At what range the system will become stable. So accordingly, first step 1, first observe the number of poles at origin. If there are any poles at origin, we have to consider the small circle S4 also, right? Since I already told whenever we have poles at origin, we have to consider S4 also. In previous case there are no poles at origin, I did not consider S4. We have considered only S1, S2, S3. Now here I have to consider S4 also, where S1 is nothing but basic polar plot, S3 is nothing but mirror image of polar plot, S2 is nothing but limit r tends to infinite r into e to the power of j theta, where r represents magnitude and theta represents phase angle, and theta is varying from plus 90 to minus 90. Now here S4 represents what is the radius. This is a very very small radius which is used only to avoid this pole at origin. So very small, since very small, I am taking S4, limit r tends to 0, limit r tends to 0 and r into e to the power of j theta. Now theta is varying from here to here. Here it is minus 90, minus 90 degrees line, and it is plus 90. So it is traveling from minus 90 to plus 90. So theta is varying from minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. Now we have to consider all these 4 sections. So first find out the S1 equal j omega, which is nothing but polar plot. So substitute S equal to j omega. So but before that we have to convert this into time constant form. It is given in the pole 0 form. So first find out the time constant form. How to find time constant? Take 2 and 10 common. So 20. So k by 20 into s, 1 plus 0.5 s into 1 plus 0.1 into s. So 1 by 20 is nothing but 0.05. So 0.05 k into 1 plus 0.5 s into 1 plus 0.1. This is the time constant. So that is, it is in the form of 1 plus st1 into 1 plus st2. Now substitute s equal to j omega. By substituting s equal to j omega is nothing but basically it is an polar plot. Right? So how to find polar plot? We already know it is in type 1 and order 3. Since this system is type 1 and order is the 3, because highest degree of the S is 3. So type 1 order 3 means it should start parallelly at minus 90 degrees, it should end at minus 270 degrees. This is order 1, order 2, order 3. This is type 0, type 1. So this is type 1. Type 1 always determines the starting point of the polar plot. Order will define the ending point of the polar plot. So this is the point where omega equal to infinite, and this is the point where omega equal to 0. This is the mapping of section 1, S1. Now coming to section 2. If you observe S2, we have formula limit r tends to r into e to the power of j theta. Just substitute limit r tends to infinite k by, in place of s we are substituting r into e to the power of j theta. Just substitute all the values. Take r into e to the power of j theta common. So r cube into e to the power of j theta plus 1 plus 2 by r into e to the power of j theta into 1 plus 10 by r into e to the power of j theta. So substitute r tends to infinite. K by infinite. K by infinite means 0. So S2 value is always 0 in many cases. Next, mapping of S3. As I told, S3 is nothing but mirror image of polar plot. Just substitute S3 equal minus j omega. So already if you observe, this is the original image of the polar plot. If you draw the mirror image will be intersect in the same way. It will intersect at the same point. So if you observe here, it will travel in this way across parallel to minus 270 degrees. Okay, this is the mirror image of the S1. Now coming to mapping of S4. I am considering S4. Why? Because we have pole at origin. One pole at origin. S4 equal to limit r tends to 0, r into e to the power of j theta. Theta is varying from minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. Just substitute here. If you observe here, take r into e to the power of j theta common. After taking common, r cube into e to the power of 3 j theta. So 1 plus 2 by r into e to the power of j theta. 1 plus 10 by r into e to the power of j theta. So r tends to 0. Substitute 0. We substitute 0. Something by 0, infinite. But we are having angle. It will become e to the power of minus 3 j theta. So when theta is tends to minus pi by 2, the value will become infinite into e to the power of plus 3 by pi 2. Plus 3 by pi 2 means 3 into 180 by 2, which is nothing but 270 degrees. So infinite rate is varying from plus 272 to minus 270. Just substitute theta plus pi by 2, you get minus 3 pi by 2. So here S2 value, S4 value is varying with infinite radius from plus 272 to minus 272. Go. So this is the final Nyquist plot. After finding all the sections S1, S2, S3, S4, just draw the plot. So first we find S1. S1 is traveling from here to here. If you observe, this is the starting point of the S1 polar plot. So it started here and we traveled up to here and it will end at 0. Next, what is the S2 value? S2 value is 0. So anyway radius is 0. This is the, it will stay at origin. Now coming to S3. S3 is nothing but mirror image of the S1. So again it will start from here. Again it will intersect at the same point and it will travel it up to here. Okay. Next, I already told Nyquist plot should be a closed path. It should not be any free ends. So if you observe, these two are free ends up to S3. Now look at S4. S4 is having infinite radius and it is traveling from plus 272 to minus 270. So if you clearly observe, this is from, it is traveling from plus 272 to minus 270, or you can also say plus 92 to minus 90. Okay, so in this way it is traveling. So if you observe clearly, it is traveling from, starting from here. This is S1, again S2, and this is S3, and this is S4, which is having infinite radius. And always remember, when this is the polar plot, don't draw mirror image like this. Why? Because you are taking mirror image around imaginary axis. You should not take mirror image around imaginary axis. This is very important point. Mirror image should always take around the real axis only. Suppose this is the polar plot, then you have to take mirror image around the real axis. That is like this. Don't take in this way. Okay, mirror image should always take around the real axis but not across the imaginary axis. Now look here, we have to find out the closed loop system stability. As I told, it depends upon the formula n equal to p minus z. Okay, so depending upon the p value and n value, we can find out the z value. I already told n is nothing but number of circlements around the critical point minus 1, 0. P is nothing but number of open loop poles lying on the right hand side of the S plane. So if you observe the question, what is the question here? K by S into S plus 2 into S plus 10. So how many poles are there here? Only 3 poles. So all these 3 poles are lying on the left hand side only. There no pole is lying on the right hand side. So P value will be 0. P value will be 0. Why? Because no open loop poles are lying on the right hand side. All open poles are lying on the left hand side. Now coming to Z value, we don't know the value of Z. We don't know the value of N. How to find N value? I already told, this is an enclosed circle or enclosed path. So whenever number of encirclements around the point minus 1, 0, then we can calculate it as single circle. But we don't know the value here. Don't know whether minus 1, 0 is lying inside the circle or outside the circle. If it is lying outside the circle, then the n value will be 0. Suppose if it is lying inside the circle, then the number of encirclements around the critical point minus 1, 0 will be 2. Why? Because this one and this one, there are two enclosed paths. But we don't know whether minus 1, 0 is lying inside the circle or outside the circle, because k value is not given. But we can find the value of k. How to find the value of k? Before that, we want to find out the intersection point of this minus 180 degrees line. So already polar plot is intersecting here. Similarly, mirror image of polar plot also is intersecting. So this point is nothing but our omega PC. As I already told, omega PC is nothing but it is the frequency at which the phase angle is minus 180 degrees. If I calculate this omega PC, I can easily find out this magnitude. By finding this magnitude, I can tell whether minus 1, 0 is lying inside the circle or outside the circle. Suppose if I found out the magnitude is minus 2 here. If it is minus 2, then obviously minus 1 will be inside the circle, and the chances of getting encirclements are 2. Suppose this is not minus 2, suppose minus 0.5, then the minus 1 will be outside the circle. So if minus 1 is outside the circle, then there are no encirclements around the critical point, and the n value will be 0. So using this point, I can confirm whether minus 1, 0 is lying inside the circle or outside the circle. So how to calculate omega PC? So I already told, first find out the angle of g of j omega into h of j omega. So minus 90 degrees minus tan inverse of 0.5 omega minus tan inverse of 0.1 omega. So the phase angle will be minus 180 degrees at omega PC. So just substitute omega equal to omega PC minus 180 degrees. So minus 180 equal to minus 90 minus tan inverse of 0 point omega of PC minus tan inverse of 0 point omega PC. Bring this 90 this side. So 90 equal to tan inverse of A plus tan inverse of B formula. Tan inverse of A plus B by 1 minus tan A tan B. Tan 90 is nothing but infinite. Infinite can be written as 1 by 0. Do the cross multiplication and find out the omega PC value. Finally, you will get omega PC equal to 4.47. Okay, this is the only frequency. This is the odd magnitude. And how to find magnitude using omega PC? So we know that magnitude at omega PC is 4.47. We know the magnitude of G of j omega into H of j omega. So just substitute A plus JB wherever you have A plus JB, root over A square plus B square. So 0.05 k by omega into root over 1 plus 0.5 omega whole square into root over 1 plus 0.1 omega whole square. Just substitute in place of omega PC value, that is 4.47. After substituting, just using calci, find out the value. Finally, you will get 0.00417 k. Now still we are unable to find out the whether minus 1 comma 0 like inside the circle, outside the circle. But we already find omega PC value. What is omega PC? 4.47. 4.47. Similarly, what is the magnitude? That is G of j omega. What is the magnitude at omega PC? We are getting 0.00416. So this is the magnitude. This is the distance from the origin. Okay. Since it is in the left side, it will be in the negative sign. Okay. So this is the magnitude from the origin. So this is the magnitude at omega PC. That is minus 0.00417 k. But still we don't know whether minus 1 comma 0 lying inside the circle, outside the circle. Now to analyze the stability, I am taking this point is minus 1. Okay, whether it is not lying inside the circle or outside the circle. I am just considering to find out the k value. I am equating it into minus 1. So I am considering this value as minus 1. So after taking minus 1, just substitute 0.0416 k equal minus 1. So if I substitute 0.00417 k equal minus 1, we are getting k value equal to 240. Now observe here, the condition for stability is 0 less than k less than 240. Why? Because if I take the value k less than 240, suppose you can take some value like 230 or 220 which is less than 240, then what we have observed, this minus 1 comma 0 point is lying outside the circle. So if it is lying outside the circle, the number of n circles will be 0. So n value will be 0. If n value is 0, p value is 0, so z value will be 0 and the system will become absolutely stable. Suppose if you take k greater than 240, okay, suppose condition for stability is 0 to 240, but if you take greater than 240, then the minus 1 comma 0 lying inside the circle. Whenever it is lying inside the circle, the number of encirclements will be 2. Why? Because suppose observe here, if I take k value like some 300 or 500, okay, greater than 240, then minus 1 comma 0 lying inside the circle, minus 1 comma point. So how to find encirclements? Draw one straight line with some angle. Just find out this intersection points. How many times it is intersecting. So number of intersecting is 2. So n value will be n equal to 2. But observe here, it is in the clockwise direction. Okay, as I previously told, if it is in clockwise, it will be n value will be in the negative sign. If it is in anti-clockwise, it will be in the positive direction. So observe here, two enclosed paths are all in clockwise direction. So clockwise means n value will be minus 2. Why? Because why it is 2 means it is interacting at two circles. Okay, when it occurs when it is lying inside the circle. If it is lying outside the circle, then there will be no intersects. Whether it is anti-clockwise or clockwise, n value will be 0. If it is lying outside the circle, just put n equals 0. But when it is lying inside the circle, just draw one straight line with some angle, then observe the intersecting points. So here one, total two circles it is intersecting. So but since it is in clockwise direction, it will be in negative sign. Suppose if it is in anti-clockwise, it will be positive. So if n equal to minus 2, p equal to 0, then z value n equal to p minus z. So minus 2 equal to p minus z. So z value will be 2. 2 means two poles are lying on the right hand side of the S-plane. Now the system will become unstable. So, but this is not our problem. He was asking the condition for stability only. He was not asking the condition for instability. So we have to take the range of the value in between 0 to 240 only. If you take greater than 240, the minus 1 comma 0 lying inside the circle. If the minus 1 comma 0 lies inside the circle, then there is a chance of encirclements. How to find these encirclements? Just draw a straight line and find out this intersection point. That will give the number of encirclements. And how to indicate this negative direction and positive direction? If it is clockwise, it is in negative. If it is in anti-clockwise, it will be positive. So if n value minus 2, z value will be 2. What is z? Z is nothing but number of closed loop poles lying on the right hand side. If any one pole is lying on the right hand side, the system will become unstable. So here the closed loop system will become unstable if the n value lying in the if the minus 1 comma 0 lying inside the circle. Or you can say if the k value is greater than 240, the system will become unstable. The k value must be 0 to 240, that is less than 240.